Good now, everybody, and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show, streaming to you live and in high definition. You got the sights, the sounds, the Technicolor, all brought to you by Apple on the new iPhone. Well, I guess it's not new anymore, but it's new to me, and boy, this thing is like driving a rocket ship. Wow, is that really what I look like? Oh my gosh. Okay, now we got a show. It's like the pro stuff you tune into on your TV. I just can't believe it's not butter. I am so happy to have you here on Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday, June 27th. We're rounding out a week of crypto news, commentary, answers to your crypto questions. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'd love to hear what's going on in your world. John, great to see you. Angel, thank you for joining. Alex is going to be here in a moment, and in the meantime, I would love to know what is going on in your world. What are you thinking about as you get ready for the weekend? If you're a friend in our Discord server, I want to apologize to you because there's a little bit of dust right now that should be cleared temporarily. Alex and I are finishing some edits that are going to send classes live, coaching live, and then generally make the premium experience a lot more robust as well as the free experience. It's our intention that everybody who comes in there gets the benefit of all the information so that you don't just have to be a person with money to see the stuff that's there. That everybody's going to get the benefit of all the questions everybody else asks. And it'll be up soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're here Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you can find all the other good stuff, like our once weekly newsletter that's basically just links from the show, notes, things you need to know if you missed it. It's at theriseupmorningshow.com. The YouTube channel, it's at theriseupmorningshow.com. Are you noticing a pattern here? You can find the link to the Discord community there as well. Lots of other good stuff. We would love to have you there. And if you have trouble accessing any of it, don't hesitate to send me a message. This is my only profile. Like everybody in crypto, I've got a lot of impersonators. This is the only one. Never going to message you asking for money. I am never going to message you offering anything. I'm never going to say, hey, bro, how's your time in the markets been? Are you looking for a good investment? Get that out of here. You know what I'm saying? John knows what I'm talking about. I know he's got imitaties. So, please do me a favor. If you haven't, give me a follow if this is what you're here for. It helps us stay safe. It lets me know who's an engaged viewer after the show. I go in and I follow people back because I want us to be able to have a direct communication. And while you got your thumbs at the ready, I see some folks already have helped like the live. Thank you very much. Give the screen a tap because it does really truly help the algorithm, as does sharing, or if you're new here, giving a follow. It's all free and it lets the TikTok system know, I don't know how it works, this is helpful content. There's so much content out there when it comes to cryptocurrency. A lot of it is not as helpful as we'd like it to be. And we're doing everything we can to tell a better story because, my friends, you are telling a story with everything you say, everything you don't say, everything you choose to invest in, amplify, or ignore. It's up to all of us to tell a better one. Grand Rising. Brad, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I don't know where Alex is. Lasted over 5 minutes. What? You talking about my introduction? Oh, your seizure. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad you're here, Brad. Thank you for being here with us, and let us know how we can support you. It can be scary not to know what your body's going to do. So thank you for feeling like you could share it with us, and, you know, we're here for you, brother. Even just to take your mind off things. I wish the market was a little better for you, but if you're into buying dips, it's a discount sale right now. Our good friend Will had a great video talking about the different kinds of tokens in the top 500 that in this flash sale moment he would be interested in buying. I love Will's content. Since I just started watching it a couple months ago, Alex turned me on to him. That dude is so good at telling you why he believes what he believes and showing you all the little things he looked at to make a decision. I said to Alex that day, I said, well, Alex, it's time to step up our research game. And Alex said, or just time to retire. And that's the truth. If you haven't seen it, it's a great video. And if you haven't heard the rumor, let me know in the chat what you think. Are John, Will, and I, are we feds? Are we plants? I did get a new phone recently, and it would make sense It would make sense if I was the government and I was trying to get an eye and an ear in the crypto space. I would get a guy like me that everybody trusts who doesn't look like a cop. And that's the second thing I would do after I hired him is I'd be like, listen, pal, this old phone crap, this cutting out in the middle of live streams crap, this no good signal crap, this 2K low resolution stuff, that's got to go. So it was a rumor before, but now you can pretty much guarantee that when I'm not on the live stream, I am eating donuts and drinking coffee, pulling people over for speeding at the intersection, and just generally contributing a little more nuisance to society than I take out, kind of thing. You caught me. Tori said, great, now I've got to go. Could you have 10 seconds there? I'd be like, guys, what if we abolished ourselves? Hi, Alex. How are you?
You know what's funny about that whole thing?
I know as well as what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect now.
All right. Dude, first of all, look at you.
Hey, man, I'm not
Look
even
at
blurry.
you.
Isn't that great? Isn't this crispy? Look at how the mug looks on my screen. You know, you can see all the details.
My
I hope my
goodness.
corns look good.
I just saying, you know what's funny about the Fed's video
Yeah.
is that one of us used to be a federal law enforcement officer.
I know.
I got a real kick out of that. So honestly, the fact that I wasn't in that video means that chaos is the plant.
Dude, wouldn't that be great? I would just love it if we had a real true cop and robber situation in crypto. That would just be great. Honestly, and if Luis was the guy, that would just make me so happy. Honestly, truly, to pull his mask up. I think his brand of satire is great. But yeah, Alex is the Fed. Surprise. Angel, we're just talking about a silly video that I don't know what his channel is called now, but Luis, formerly known as Crypto Chaos, I think he's just lost a lot of accounts. And he made just a silly video that was saying that John and Will and I are plants, are feds. But it's a common thing I get a lot. People often are like, is Evan... Yeah, I don't know. People question my presence. And I think mostly they're joking. Or they haven't met me personally. But you know. Listen, man, if I was gonna hire a Fed, I'd hire him. I would not hire you, Alex, because you know, you're cool. Don't hear this in a bad way, but you look, walk, and talk like somebody official.
I was for many years.
Yeah.
For many years, I was a federal law enforcement officer.
Oh, look, here comes the other guy.
Who's the
Guys,
other
we're
guy?
feds.
It's the meeting of the cops, dude. Did you bring the
I
donuts?
know. I mean,
We're donutless.
I know. Now I have to go and like use Homeland Security to like get that guy's private info because I work for the feds and just like release it to the world and use it as leverage to shush him up.
Let's tell him who Satoshi is, and then let's finally go after all the influencers launching meme tokens. That would be the first thing. If I was the actual feds, there are so many things I would do to clean up the crypto space.
Maybe that's it. We're the undercover agents, just building up cases to feed to the SEC to go after and sue content creators who make me. Alex is like, I think I'm gonna call the SEC and be like, I have a great idea.
Hear me out.
I will be your champion of champions.
Well, it's funny too because there is also a TikTok content creator in this space who literally is a securities attorney that literally worked for the SEC.
That's awesome.
Also,
they're
not
saying,
in.
and they're not
also
saying
not
he's a Fed.
video.
I did have somebody comment on my video being like, oh, hey, look, Chaos Spawn, or whatever his name is. I think it's Chaos Crypto. Chaos Crypto is finally moving on to the pretty side of TikTok. It was like me, and it was like talking about me and Evan. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Thanks.
And don't short John. Don't short John because he's no slouch either. Although I will say, between the three of us, if I had to flip a coin, a three-sided coin, and land on which one's a cop, you think it's Will? Oh, I think
totally me.
No, I have never. No. I think John gives me more of a
Will
cop.
could pull me over.
You think so?
Oh, see, no, wait, hang on a second. It's gonna totally change, Evan. I'll win you over so fast. I'm not about to pull it. I mean, I do, but that's for the bedroom.
Are we going to continue the Thursday trend of Will wearing costumes? I was ready for like the police shirt, the sunglasses.
No, but the thing is like, you know, as soon as you put on aviator sunglasses, and these ones are broken. Hang on. Oh, these ones are broken, but like very solid cop vibes. We need better lighting here.
Honestly, truly, and if you had the Freddie Mercury mustache with those glasses at the same time.
Yeah, I know. I become, even though I'm not gay, a total gay icon, and then I can steal the movement, and I can be a figurehead, and then I can be a Fed there as well, and I can be a Fed in two things. That'd be great.
All I'm saying is Will is definitely a motorcycle cop.
I do have a motorcycle license, so yes. That would be great. I would love that. I always go to the cops when they have their motorcycles. I'm just like, hey guys, how long have you been riding? And they're like, why are you talking to me? I'm like, I ride motorcycles. And then they know motorcycles way more than I do. And I go, have a good day, officer. And they just walk away. They're just like, what the fuck happened here? Why that guy even talk to us? I'm like, I like bikes because they have two wheels. And they're just like, okay, cool. Get out of here.
We try, yeah.
Yeah, and also I do have I've had German Shepherds my whole life. Very police dogs. A lot of signs here. These are easy to connect.
Tori said in the chat, you've got the golden retriever vibes that you could hide a plant with. Yeah, you know. So listen, man. I just want it to be known if you're collecting and recording this that that time in Miami at the van with the stuff, I just had a bad cold. And every single one of those people, creatures, and plants was of appropriate age.
Mm-hmm. And hey, just remember that one of my brothers, who's a convicted felon, is a cover story. It's a perfect cover story.
Hey, real quick though.
I arrested him, even though I was a baby.
You arrested your brother when you were a baby?
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty badass, guys.
Is this a real story?
What? No.
Oh, I thought you were saying like something you did as a baby led to one of your brothers. I could see something like that happening unwittingly.
No, I was just biting my brothers. Just like a little demon child. That's what I was doing. Acted all cute, and actually I wanted to hang out with them as like a 1-year-old, and then as soon as they came up, just like a manic little child. It was great. I have a whole bunch of fun stories that I don't remember.
Yeah, you know, as we all do. I wanted to shout this out real quick because I was saying recording stuff made me think of it. I am, in fact, recording this conversation like TikTok is for the purposes of notes. But I got this little plot guy. Have you guys seen this yet? Have I told you about it? I forget.
I've seen the video.
I don't think so.
I haven't made like a good commercial for it yet, and I still don't know that I am. I saw this thing and I was like, wow, it looks really cheap. But then when I got it in the packaging and saw the app and stuff, I was like, oh, this is actually like a pretty legit entrepreneurial venture. It's basically a GPT product. Somebody wrote a couple of prompts, created this device to record sound and transmit Bluetooth signal. And the app is the front end that you use to take your recordings and turn them into transcripts, summaries, and mind maps. So usually you'd go to GPT with an audio recording and say, hey, here's my recording, transcribe it. Hey, also summarize it according to these parameters. And this is like a black box in the middle that does those tasks of you copying, pasting, or typing and asking. And it works mostly okay. The first day, it took me like 5 times to generate a transcript. But every other day, it has generated our calls. And I've tweaked the prompt. You can tweak the prompt. Make it whatever you want. And it summarizes transcripts and identifies separate speakers on our shows. And I think it's going to make my newsletter prep a lot easier. It even suggests and pulls links. Like when we were talking about Read, Write, Own the other day, it was like, Evan mentioned the book Read, Write, Own, and it's like a hyperlink. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, cool.
And it does phone calls too. You can put it on, it's got 2 modes, a phone call mode where you set it on the back of your phone case. It's got a magnet. So you have like your little MagSafe case or whatever. You put it on the back of your phone and it senses apparently the vibrations. I haven't tested it with a phone call yet, but I just thought like pretty handy dandy. And what I really want to use it for is like a lot of the time I'm walking around, I don't have my hands at the ready to make a video or like hold the I'm walking dogs kind of thing. But I have a thought and I need to say it right now. And I can use my voice notes, but then I'm like, you know, got to go back and transcribe it. I'm going to try using this to capture my content ideas and see if I can get a prompt that will turn this into a video script for me. So who knows? Stay tuned.
That sounds pretty cool. I like that. That is.
Apple will probably do it on their phones by default soon, but in the meantime, it's a cool stopgap.
Yeah, no, that's solid. I dig that.
Yeah, yeah. So not sponsored by Plod, but if you are into that kind of thing and it would help you, I think Otter is the most comparable product in the market now, and I feel like that's more oriented towards offices and enterprise than like a guy with a pocket. But
I would love for it to be like, hi, we would like to recommend these police investigation books, and also Will was a bitey baby. It's like, oh no, this isn't picking up the useful info.
yeah, exactly. The show kicked off with the guys discussing their Fed ops. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's going on in your crypto world? Will, I was before you got here sharing a cool video that you had made, which if you don't know, Will is so prolific. Sometimes it's hard for me to go back and find these videos. I love that about you. I am a little bit envious. But your video about my picks in the top 500, if I was buying the delicious dip, I said, I just love that you are so good at telling us why. And then even if I disagree with you, I'm like, I can't disagree with the reasoning. You know what I mean? And usually I'm like, damn it, he's right.
I say this to Mac all the time, and Will falls into the category too, that it takes a serious piece of talent, I think, or honestly just like a good grasp of the English language to talk about projects without making it sound like a shitty paid commercial. And almost no one does that. I hate listening to almost everyone talk about projects because it's just like, I just feel like I'm watching an infomercial and it just like grinds my gears. But
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I'm surprised to kind of get that kind of positive feedback from you guys for that video, because I felt like I didn't talk about the projects at all. I just went like name. These ones are considerations, and then like because I was trying to make it short. I was trying to make it shorter.
I mean, in general though, like that was not an isolated video. You know, like it's part of your larger.
It was like a conversation with yourself, because we have been following you talking about Arrow or Jupe or StoneFi, so like we had the context for it.
Sure.
So,
Okay, I got you. That makes more sense then. Yeah. Well, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
We love it, man. We love it, and we're working on stuff in the Discord. We've got I've got almost all the coaching and class infrastructure set up, and hopefully all the channels will be done today, so that everybody can come in and have a much more smooth experience, and then we can take Will away from his job.
Thanks, guys. I need money. I need money, but then we get to be closer.
Will's over here, like clinging to his salary and his health insurance.
Oh no, I know.
What was about your boss yesterday though? The attitude of that guy. I could see a world where he would just show up at our houses and be like, "Listen, you little shits," you know, and demand
Except like it would be in like a super thick Bostonian accent.
Yeah,
like
super thick. That's the impression I get.
Yeah, and you'd be like, wow, how did he only perfectly pronounce the slurs that he announced? I'm so confused by this. Because, you know, Bostonian, born and raised. Yeah. Very liberal, but at the same time, also not at all. It's an interesting combination, us Bostonians. I incorporate myself as a Bostonian. I've been here for 9 years. But yeah, my manager would come after you guys for sure with a baseball bat. And then like a bunch of Italians or Irish. No, he picked the Irish. A bunch of like good Irish lads behind him in like a dark van.
Great.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Alex.
But I don't know. What do you guys have your kind of your eyes on right now in the crypto space? For me, it's just been like taking a look at Bitcoin. I'm trying to take a look to see what the inflation data is going to be on Friday. I don't have too much of an update. Long-term time frames look scary. Short-term time frames look like there could at least be a relief rally. But I don't know. What do you guys like? I don't know. In like saying like entire corrective period. What have you guys been kind of focusing your energy on?
Solana.
Yeah. What about it specifically?
Just the fact that I mean, development on and the release of products that they've been waiting to ship, like waited for the crash. Like the number of things that have happened in the last, I don't know, maybe 2 months or so, with Blinks finally. One, I thought it was a nice blend of like things for the user and then things for the network. And obviously we're still out from Fire Dancer.
Yeah, Blinks and then the ZK upgrade. Yeah.
That's just it's just been they've just been shipping like fucking crazy. And the one thing that I thought was interesting, this is like a, don't take this whole thing as gospel by any stretch because I'm still kind of developing this thesis, I guess. But one of the things that you ultimately seek to answer when you look for cryptocurrency projects to invest in, if you are like a long-term focused person, which is exactly like Will was talking about in another one of his videos about like shortest time frames for trades. Because I don't trade either. I do not know how. The closest I come to trading is if I throw a dart at the meme casino. But that's not like something where I'm like going with strategy. It's just like, it went up. Quick, run and find another one, that kind of thing. So, but in the grand scheme of things, I often do not sell stuff within a couple years at all. So I've been trying to like flesh that out. And Solana has my eye because even in the times when like it's cratering, I mean, down from, I don't know what it's at right now. 139. Down from what, 210, I think,
Yeah.
at the peak. Yeah. So not insignificant. People are still buying it and using it like crazy because of the other stuff that they have. And that's kind of the that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people who are like buying something specific, not because they like need to invest in it, but because they want to use it for stuff. So it's like, okay, well, I want to go do some more meme coin stuff. I need to go get some Sol to do that. I want to build some Blinks. I need to go get some Sol to do that, or whatever it is. Like I've only found myself buying a few cryptos for that reason, and it's Sol and AVAX. Because I wanted to play some of the games, so I got myself a little stock. It had nothing to. I didn't like look at the chart or try to feel like is now a good entry. It was like very simple. Like I need Avalanche right now to do these things I want to do.
Yeah.
I need Solana right now to do these things I want to do. And so those two have my eye. And then like within those, like I think I keep saying it's kind of a boring pick. It's not like a hot take at all. But Jupiter is killing it. Jupiter is handling and processing lots of the transactions for these Blinks.
Oh, you just reminded me. I'm so pissed off. I forgot to vote in the last vote for Jupiter, and I missed out on rewards.
Yeah,
Anyway, sorry.
so there's that. Oh, I want to talk about Blast today. I don't know if you guys are super read into it, but
I'm not super read into it, but I know it got put on Coinbase recently, so that's all I know.
Yeah, and didn't their airdrop go live yesterday, like the first round of their first airdrop? Yeah. I would be curious to know how that went because I'm also not super read in.
The general consensus is that people are pissed.
With the
airdrop. What a surprise!
Yeah, well, I think because
it wasn't like $5,000 and it was like $100.
For some people, yeah, I think that the general consensus that I saw was from very rational and level-headed people who were upset that it turns out that the stuff that they assumed or thought would be rewarded was not, and people who they did not feel like were doing the most like to support or use the network got like an arbitrarily large amount of money. And there was I saw some very like well-written long threads about like all the stuff that so-and-so was doing on Blast and how they really wish that they would have just like bridged some ETH and completely forgotten about it because those people got a ton.
Yeah.
But the people who are like, this one guy specifically was saying like, I spent, all this time going back and forth between all of these different dApps and all these different things that were being built on Blast and using them. And I spent money to use them and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, and I'm way underwater compared to like my airdrop. And I think it's literally because I used Blast too much. And he just felt like that was a really skewed way to do the airdrop. And then I'll find the thread and I'll put it in Discord because it's really well written. He was just like, here's what I should have done to capitalize. And it was just like, buy it and hold it and forget about it. And, or like do one thing or something like that. And it's like all of those people, you know, made money. I saw some pretty hefty airdrops. Someone was tweeting yesterday, one of the gaming people, about just getting $7,000 or $8,000. Someone else who I don't know how much money they had to move over to get this. I didn't dig into this one, but someone I saw was posting a 6-figure airdrop.
Ooh, that's fucking huge. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised about it, but sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's always going to be a couple of those, you know, like Tony from Journey Crypto. When the Ape Coin airdrop went live, he was airdropped almost $2 million worth of. But again, he holds what a 1,000 or 115 Bored Ape NFTs, or he did at the time. Yeah.
So something that's been it's been real de rigueur lately. A topic of big discussion for folks to just wonder. You know, and we've talked about this a lot. How do you align incentives so the people who actually use your protocol and the hypesters that you're trying to attract right now who will sell it, dump on you, leave you? How do you balance that and make it so that the people who are just farming, especially if they're like Sybils, cannot be taking money away from the folks you really want to bring to your ecosystem? ZK had a real problem with that. Layer Zero just spent a tremendous amount of time and money to weed out hundreds of thousands of Sybils, and it caused a lot of controversy in the crypto space. But I think that generally speaking, folks are going to see companies, if somebody could make a product.
Can you break that idea down for people?
What's that? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. So a Sybil is named after the movie Sybil, where the character played by Sally Field has multiple personality or maybe dissociative identity disorder, resulting in many different personas living inside her body. And a Sybil in crypto, or in the context of a network, is when one user or one group of users has created accounts or acted in other deceptive ways to fool the system to thinking there are many, many more. So like one guy running a bot farm of 10,000 accounts in order to earn more airdrops for themselves. That's a Sybil. And it's a real problem for airdrop farmers. Not so much like one guy creating 2 or 3 emails, but you know, a group of friends banding together or a small company banding together to create tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of fake accounts in order to take over the airdrop is basically what that is. So it's I don't know. It's a real problem with the way we do airdrops now, and I don't know that there's a good solution. But if somebody can solve it, like monitoring and just striking down those people with the wrath of God on behalf of companies, they'll save founders a lot of time, and they'll save customers a lot of headache.
Well, luckily we have the resources to do that since we're plants by the government, so we should be able to
call Gary and just get on it, man.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, there it is.
Do you feel like, because I feel like I didn't hear so many issues about this, you know, like back in the good old days of you know, the original airdrop, the origin of the airdrop.
Like Uniswap?
Yeah, just because it was never discussed. It was like, hey, we took a snapshot of some shit that you guys did a year ago. Here's the airdrop. But it was never...
there was no expectation then.
Yeah. Which I mean, that to me, because this is the consensus, I shouldn't say consensus. This is the fear and the thoughts of a few people that I was listening to yesterday, that, you know, post airdrop now, if you are incentivizing heavy use exclusively to get an airdrop, now they're gone. Now the airdrop is gone. Why would I stay? Versus protocols like the Uniswap airdrop. That's one of the biggest that I can think of, not biggest, but like best examples. That was, you know, a much healthier way to do it, I thought, by then incentivizing people to legitimately continue to use the ecosystem. Although I do think that, you know, post airdrop at all, regardless of how you do it, you run the risk of people thinking like, oh shit, well, you know, now that's done, should I go try some other stuff?
Mm-hmm. Do you guys know which one it was that did the? It's not just that, but it's the mechanics are messed up, Alex. Like, do you know which one it was where if you staked $1,000 on a protocol, you got you got less rewards than if you staked $1 over
Yes.
and over 1,000 times. Like little stuff like that. Like
I
if you
just-
were an actual developer, that would be just like, why would you do that?
I mean, one that sticks out. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but the one that sticks out in my mind that legitimately made me very angry was the Sunday swap airdrop on
Oh,
Cardano
dude.
like 3 years ago.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Well,
good.
let me paint you a picture.
Sucked.
So this was probably the first. And Evan, if you have a different opinion or if I'm forgetting something, this was probably the first like mega hyped airdrop where they were really advertising and promoting the fact that like this is how they were going to come onto the scene. This is how they were going to distribute the whole thing. And for those who don't know, Cardano is the layer one. Sunday Swap was a DEX that was going to launch, and it was, I believe, supposed to be either the first or just the best airdrop or the best decentralized exchange on Cardano.
And two quick pieces of context. This is 2021, just
Yes.
off the heels of DeFi summer. Everybody had experienced the meteoric rise of Pancake Swap, and for the most part, this like layer one with a leading DEX that's got a token that you're gonna love play was pretty much unestablished. Like there were very few examples of this in the space, and
Yep.
everybody was thrilled for the next chance to do that play again.
Yep. So in order to participate, what you had to do was stake your ADA in the specific staking pools the Sunday team was managing. And then they were tracking who staked for how long and all this kind of stuff. And then that's who the airdrop went to. So as you were staking it, you were not earning the same kind of rewards in ADA that you would be earning if you were in a different staking pool. So like me and lots of other people, I was very excited about this DEX, and I was like ready to get into it. And this was going to be like the birth of DeFi on ADA. And on the first moment that it was available, I had all my ADA unstaked. And this was not an insignificant amount. Like this was thousands and thousands of dollars of ADA. And I had it all unstaked. The second the Sunday pool was live, I was covering the whole thing. I have videos from years ago, like documenting the whole process. If you care to, I know, I take that back. Don't scroll. You're going down hundreds of videos, and they're just getting worse as you go. But I staked it all, and I sat there and I waited, and then the airdrop happened. And when I say that I got pennies worth of this token, I mean literally, like it was so bad that I sent multiple emails and like tweets and posts to the team being like, I think you guys legitimately fucked up. Like not only is this less than I would have gotten had I just been staking normal ADA the whole time, but it was like a negligible amount. It was basically like I wasted months of staking to get, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I'm pretty sure that out of the probably, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 months of like staking in the Sunday pool and prep for this airdrop, staking in excess of $5,000, I was awarded less than $12 worth of Sunday. And then the DEX went nowhere and the whole thing cratered. So we just lost like months and months and months of staking. I don't know if anyone was around at that point or remembers that, but like it was so bad that it blew my mind. It was like almost hard to be mad at because it just looked like they fucked up and forgot to do the airdrop. It was
Just
terrible.
imagine if that had gone well and like there would have been a positive DeFi experience on Cardano.
Did you
And, like,
imagine, right?
How different Cardano would be today because of that. Because of that, like the most hyped DeFi thing in Cardano in 2021, which would have been right at the end of the bull market, like would have actually brought liquidity into Cardano and would have incentivized more and more people to build on it. Like, oh, what a shame.
Well, I can't even, I'm realizing now that I'm just calling it an airdrop. It wasn't even an airdrop. You had to then go connect somewhere else and claim, and you had a window to claim, and the claim process was not easy. It was a terrible experience, like to try to go through, like click click here and withdraw from this pool and like sign up for this and make this. And even if the price of Sunday had been really bad. It was like the number of tokens that you got was just so piss poor that you're like, okay, well, you're supposed to be seeding the ideal DeFi user to then start populating your decks and doing stuff. That's, for context, that's the whole point of an airdrop like this. Like, you have a lot of people with a lot of ADA who were looking forward to finally doing something with it for the first time, because it was just a crypto that you could stake. There was nothing you could do on the network. This is before Cardano NFTs were being minted. They didn't exist yet. So to put that in perspective, how far we've come. There was no decentralized finance. There were no smart contracts. It was literally just a cryptocurrency that you bought and you staked and you earned interest on, and that was it. And everyone was doing that in anticipation of the ecosystem coming alive and being able to do stuff. And then Sunday drops like, here's $10, go nuts. And it was like, it's enough to do DeFi for 5 minutes. You know, but had it been like a higher amount of tokens and then that was able to do more stuff and, you know, I don't know, start liquidity providing or something on Sunday Swap, then sure, I could have seen like maybe you could have, you know, covered up the loss for months of staking for no rewards, but it was just horrible. I think that Sunday effectively like was really one of the daggers in the side of Cardano that just
absolutely. Now that you're telling me this, but yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Cardano fumbled a lot of bags.
But also, like, that's such a perfect, like, delicious example to me as a sales guy who's worked in IT America for 9 years and like worked at a startup and also worked with organizations that are like IT focused first and like sales and marketing is like pushed to the back end. Just like, yes, they built something that works, but nobody can use it. Delicious, fail, nerds.
We talk about that with Multiverse X all the time. Could you imagine if MEX had been a success? Like, that could have been a game changer if they, you know, catapulted on that and continued to use. Cardano also fumbled the metaverse bag. When they got NFTs, one of the things they did to roll them out was they had this event in the metaverse. It was a conference. And it was like it reminded me of Pikmin, but from like a third person view where you had these like little characters just walking around. And it was the best like virtual world experience I had had in crypto up until that point. And that was when virtual world experiences were hot, you know, and you could click and go places and interact with stuff and discover things and go to conference stages and hear Charles and other people talk. You could talk voice to voice with people in proximity to you. They had proximal. I mean, they were doing stuff that the other side was promising years before they brought it to fruition. I don't know what they spent on that event, and I don't think they ever used that thing again. And I still have the NFTs from it. They're some of the first NFTs ever minted on Cardano.
I have them as well. I vividly remember.
Do you remember that experience? It was
I remember. No, I remember the conference. Yeah, I have all that stuff, and to be honest, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I would have, maybe this would be a fun thing that I'll try to get back into and crack open for the show for next week or something. But to just resync my Daedalus wallet, which will probably take several days. Yeah. For context, Daedalus was I think a first of its kind type of wallet experience in crypto.
Yeah, it was for me too. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty hot at the time when it was becoming a thing, because it was an entirely like software based, you know, desktop client on your computer.
A full node.
But it was a full node wallet. Which
so the whole notebook was in that wallet. Every transaction on the blockchain downloaded every time you open it.
So the fact that I haven't opened it in 2.5 years means that the next time I sync that, it literally needs to synchronize 2.5 years of every single transaction on Cardano. And
honestly, that's a real nerdy signal, though. Like, if it takes less than 2 weeks, bearish.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, watch it just be like, and there it is.
It's funny. I still think about the Daedalus wallet probably once a week, and I have ever since I first got it, because it's the
same.
But the reason why is because it's the exact same logo as the one that The Rock uses for his clothing brand. And so I see his clothing brand out and I go like, oh, Daedalus made shirts? Why are they so... Oh, no, wait, The Rock. And then like 4 days later, I'll be at my gym and I'll be like, Daedalus makes workout shirts? And then, oh, no, wait, The Rock. It's the same fucking thought process every time. I've thought about Daedalus once or twice a week, every week, since it fucking came out.
Yeah.
Missed
No,
opportunity.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, like
100%.
they sell great merchandise. I mean, people love it.
No, it was neat because in addition to that, it had really seamless interfacing with hardware wallets too. So like I could native stake Cardano in my Trezor while keeping my keys in my Trezor hardware wallet through Daedalus as a platform. And then what was the name of the one that came the light client?
Yoroi.
Yoroi. Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I just remember looking at that and being like, oh, is this like Israeli made? And I just like that. That's all I thought. And like whenever I hear the word Yoroi, I then thought Israel, and then I immediately thought like hummus and falafel and like other delicious foods that I love to eat. It's like that was it. You say Yoroi, and I'm like, hungry. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's just now I'm just stumbling down memory lane of weird experiences in crypto.
Okay, let me bring it back to you to the present for a second. Oh, sorry, Will. Did you have one more?
No. Please change the topic.
I'm gonna bring us to the present because we did have some good questions. And they can be ones that we can hit kind of quick. And I want to go back to Jupiter and ask you the first one is going to be, Will, how is it that if I hold Jupiter, I can participate in voting? Is that something I do by logging into the platform? Do I need to hold a certain token threshold? Give me the TLDR.
So you need the Jupe token. And then what you do is, the best way to do this to make sure you're using the right link is just go to Jupiter's Twitter page, go to their official links, you'll find it. Or what you do is you go to their voting page, and I think the URL is literally like Jupiter vote dot something or whatever. I forget what the exact link is, but it's a very simple short link. And then you go
here first, folks. Dot something or whatever.
Dot something or whatever, you know.
Jupe.ag, and Jupe is JUP.
There it is. And so you go there, and then it's a very easy stake. So if you have your Jupiter like a Phantom wallet, you connect it to the site, hit the stake button, you stake, and then what you need to do is you could just check the website every few days to see when a vote takes place. Mm-hmm. And when it is, it'll be like, hey, we're voting on these things. You can open up a link. It'll take you to a page and be like, hey, here's what these things are about. Decide which one you want to vote on. Or I follow their Twitter, and I get like Twitter alerts, and they'll let you know when a vote's going on. Even though I still missed the last vote, I just wasn't paying attention. And then that's that. And then they pay rewards every quarter. So if you don't know quarters, it's every 3 months. Just working in business, in corporate America, I think of time in quarters now, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, and then like you get rewards every 3 months, every quarter, and bada boom, bada bing. And like you'll get given tokens, like if you vote for some of the coins on the launch pad that end up getting released, you'll be given some of the coins. So like, ooh. But like, yeah, I got like $100 in like this one. I think it was Uprock. I got like, I think just about like $100. So like, hey, whatever, $100, sure. And then like you get your staking reward in Jupiter at the end of the quarter. You get which are generated by fees on the platform, and Jupiter's used a lot. So I'm very curious to see at the end of this month what my take home is going to be. That's going to be interesting to calculate. And yeah, that's it. That's the process. It's really simple. It's really simple. The interface is super smooth, easy to use. It's fast because it's Solana. It's cheap from a gas standpoint because it's Solana. It's the best staking experience I've ever had.
They're a first-in-class DEX aggregator staking platform. You name it. That is.
Jupiter is the best DeFi platform I have ever used.
Yeah, it's killer. And this show is not sponsored by Jupiter, but
I would love it for be.
Right.
And also, if I could then get like a green screen, so like Max the koala, I would love to be like the Jupiter cat. Like their logo. Their marketing is fantastic too. Solana is an organization that focuses on sales and marketing as well as tech, and it's a beautiful thing. And I don't know why a lot of companies, most companies, can't pair those things and balance them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Humans
Marketing is like a weirdly dirty word in crypto, where people are like really upset when crypto-related projects or companies or ecosystems market.
Yeah, that's just because like we're still a lot of nerds, right? Like in our space,
sure.
you know, and
or people are just
don't
shills. Like, and the marketing is bad. And
yeah, most of it is. That's very true.
Yeah, it's apparently it's a tough thing to do.
And then you have your like content-driven coins, right? That immediately get like a stigma placed on them, even if they're like solid projects. And some of them are, but a lot of them though are not. But you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
So there was a question about hardware wallets earlier.
Hit it, man.
Just like a simple overview of what's your preferred. So if you two had to pick your favorite, or like I don't know, your top one or two options, who and why?
My go-to is Ledger because that's what I use, and I happen to use it because I was born in such a time that when I saw hardware wallets, Ledger was the first one that I saw. They marketed it to me, and they marketed it effectively. I did a little research, and I was like, this company looks like they've got the most developed, easiest to use product. And because I use it, I continue to use it. If I had problems with them, I would stop. The whole thing about is Ledger exposing your keys to the government, that was a terrible marketing thing. It was a crisis of communication, not a cause for concern. Didn't sway me at all. I like the company, think they're doing great. But I would also consider using a Trezor. I would consider using an Arculus. I would consider using there's another one that just came out that's got a screen and looks like a phone, whose name is escaping me. Mostly, they're all pretty good at that level. It's just about which experience you prefer. What do you use a Ledger too, don't you, Will?
Yeah, because like when I came into the space too, it was Ledger or Trezor, and I liked Ledger because I don't like touchscreens. It has clicky buttons, and I like the clicky button because it goes clicky clicky.
They are kind of satisfying,
yes, aren't they? It's good. I like this. Yes, I do this all day, every day. This is nice. And that's why I chose Ledger. And then I just had Ledger, so I've kept Ledger. And like there was one instance a number of months ago now, less than a year, where like there was an issue that got put into the code and they just went and fixed it. And like that could be a potential valid concern for you. And then even if the keys could be shared with the government, I don't really care because I pay my taxes and I'm a good citizen. I just see no reason why the government would. If I want to like go off to another country and like take my money with me, like maybe I would consider changing from Ledger, right? But like I don't have any intentions of leaving the U.S. anytime soon. I pay my taxes. I'm not really concerned about being a target by the government because I'm a plant and I work for them.
Exactly.
And so like Ledger is fine for me. But like if I wanted to take my money and leave the U.S., right, and forego my citizenship, then I would probably look to switch off of Ledger, just to remove that potential cost. Because like if you become an expat and you renounce your citizenship, you might as well cut all ties off with the U.S. government, right? So like then I guess leave Ledger and go to something else. But like, that's not really something I'm particularly concerned about.
I get you. I have a thank you to Angel in the comments who said, Evan, were you thinking of Keystone? I was thinking of both Keystone and Titan. The Elapal is Titan's wallet. They have like screens that look like your smartphone, and it looks pretty sweet. I haven't used it. Thank you, Brian.
I want to cover something that GB1020 just said, where he asked, what about the Coinbase wallet? So just be aware, the Coinbase wallet is not a hardware wallet, right? So the Coinbase wallet is what's called a hot wallet. Hot wallet is something that's like a browser extension on like Chrome, for example, or an app on your phone, right? And it's not a hardware wallet. What a hardware wallet does is a hardware wallet takes your keys, right, and keeps them basically offline. I mean, if anything wants to move, you have to approve transactions directly on the device itself. So it makes it so that nothing in your wallet can move or get accessed in any way, shape, or form unless you approve the transaction, right? So it's ultimate security. With a hot wallet, there could be bugs in the wallet's code which could potentially enable ways for people to get in and take it. You can have like a whole bunch of stuff sent to it that you click it and it's like a phishing attack, right? And there are other examples where like a hot wallet is not the safest. There are just like additional security gaps, but the ease of use is nice. So like there's a place for hot wallets, there's a place for hardware wallets, and there's a place for putting your crypto on exchange. I do all three. So I just want you to be aware that Coinbase wallet is not a hardware wallet. there are more security concerns you're exposing yourself to if you are putting like all of your money in that. Just be careful. And one good security tip you could do is if you're like taking stuff that's in your Coinbase wallet and connecting to like DeFi protocols or sites and stuff. If there's a site you don't use anymore, just go in and manually disconnect from those sites again, because it could potentially be opening up the door to you getting attacked like later on down the line, right? So there's just more security concerns there, and maybe Alex and Evan, you guys can like add more to that. Because honestly, this is a topic I haven't thought about in a while, so the information's a little rusty and dusty in my head. But just GB1020, just want you to be aware of that, right? This Coinbase wallet, not a hardware wallet, software wallet. Even though it's a smart wallet, which is nice, still has more potential security concerns.
Before I kick it to you, I want to touch revoke.cash. Some wallets are integrating a feature where instead of just disconnecting, which hides your wallet from a website, you need to actually sign a transaction to revoke the permission you have granted a smart contract to access your assets. When you swap something on an exchange and it says approve this transaction, what you are doing is giving them a contract, permission to access your assets, sometimes up to a threshold, sometimes just carte blanche, so that if you're connected, they can move that stuff around. If they get hacked, whoever gets in there, they got the access, not your keys, not your crypto kind of thing. But if you use your key to give someone permission, you must also use your key to take that permission away. It's like opening a door. It doesn't just shut closed behind you. And disconnecting is not the same as closing that door, revoking access, which you do by signing a transaction. You can do it at revoke.cash. And increasingly, in some wallets, they have this option. You will probably have to pay a small gas fee. I actually do think I need to investigate this. I think Coinbase Wallet, don't know about the smart wallet, I think Coinbase Wallet has a built-in true disconnect feature, like that you sign a transaction to disconnect. Don't quote me on that. I need to look it up. If so, that would be really cool, especially because I'm pretty sure they pay for the gas.
Sorry, you guys are hearing me pour water in my cup. I apologize.
Pour water in his cup. Sure, Will. You couldn't hold it till after the show.
It's not a bathroom. My dick's not out. I just piss in my fridge.
Okay, so Alex, what's your take on the wallet situation? What do you use? Because you're such a Fed man. Honestly, when I I'm not gonna rug you, but I'm not surprised at what Alex. He looks like he has the setup he does.
I started with Trezor. I have a Model T.
No clicky buttons. Gross.
No clicky buttons, but nice touchscreen. And I don't know. I've never had a single issue with it. I have zero reasons to go anywhere else, and I enjoy it. The desktop client was easy to use. It supports native staking on a couple different things at this point. Just like Ledger, it can hold basically everything. Recently, but it's not very seamless. Like if I needed to get stuff off of it, I have to be at home with my computer, which is fine because I don't put anything on here that like I need at a moment's notice. I use in answer to your question, Sonoran, like exactly like if there was something where I bought and I was like, I am not selling this anytime soon, Bitcoin, it would go here. Yeah, I don't need quick and easy access to it. I need it to be as hard to access as possible because that's where I want it to be. When we were at Consensus, I saw Arculus was there, and I've never used one. So of course I went up and talked to them a little bit. I got a demo, and then they gave me one, and this thing is really nice. So I'm super stoked about it. There's nothing on it yet, but it's cool because it's kind of like a walking around cold wallet. So it uses NFC, and and
NFC stands for
near field communication.
Okay.
Yeah, tiny little chip that's in the card. So I basically I have an app on my phone that interfaces with this, and then I tap this wallet to the phone, and then I do the thing with it. So you can send it, receive it, do whatever. And the cool part is that security-wise, if someone finds my card and taps it on their phone and scans it, they're going to get two options. One is like wipe, like reset kind of thing, which removes keys from it, so that if they then did somehow manage to get into it, there's nothing there for them to move. Or they could back up. They would just use it like their own wallet, but they couldn't get into my stuff without also my phone and in my case, my biometric login to get into it. So you have to have all of the things together, which is kind of nice.
Can you touch on generally, Alex, that kind of, somebody asked in the comments, we're getting a lot of questions about, are there extra fees associated with hardware wallets moving? And also, what kind of friction is there? Because the user experience you're describing is, I would say, pretty typical, that it's maybe a little more clunky than my MetaMask, but it's designed to be that way to keep you from making a hasty decision. Or would you say differently?
I would say differently for sure.
Okay.
I would not. I've never had a clunky experience.
I just mean more time intensive, slightly less convenient.
Yes.
Yeah, but like not in the way that I feel like you're saying.
Okay.
I feel like at least the vibe I get from that, if I were to hear someone tell me that, to me that would say it takes a lot more time. I would really just say you have to do it very specifically. So like the process of sending my Bitcoin off of my Trezor is exactly as fast as sending my Bitcoin from Coinbase to Kraken. Like it's very fast. It's as fast as it can be. There's no extra gas fee. There's no extra time delay. There's no extra steps. It's quite literally the exact same process as on any other wallet, hot or centralized exchange, wherein I confirm like what I want to do and then I approve the transaction and I hit send. The difference is that like for this, I have to be on this one laptop that I have installed the software on that never leaves my house. So like I have two laptops. One is for work. Like if I'm traveling, this comes with me. If I'm at home, this one is here. This one, I'm really outing myself here, but that one is where that's where the Trezor software desktop client lives. And so in order to use it, I just have to be here. But if I'm sitting here and Evan was like, if Evan wanted to race, right, like sending crypto, and Evan was looking at his Coinbase account to send some Bitcoin to somebody, and I had my Trezor, it would be plug in, PIN number, there's my Bitcoin, send. Enter the wallet I want to send it to, send. That's it.
I think why it's good of you to properly characterize them as no less efficient. But I think where Will and I were on the same vibe is like I generally don't have my hard wallet at the ready the same way. I'm going to be honest with you. I have funds on chain that I can access from pretty much any device, pretty much any time, because I use the password manager. And thank you, ma'am.
It's the cowboy from Arkansas.
It's not the most secure. It's not where my Bitcoin lives, but you know what I mean? Like if we were going to race and you were racing your Trezor versus my ability to send something from MetaMask and we were at the mall or like, I don't know, in Arkansas or something like that, I would just say, at least for my setup, it's faster. Each spot has its place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. But I was just gonna say is that like I get like it is less convenient, at least like losing like a ledger or a Trezor or whatever. But like I don't need easy access to my hardware wallet, right? Like I just don't need it. So, but like I get people being like, okay, like I have to go. Like the actual transactions are fast, but like if it's a ledger, like okay, cool, I got to go, I got to grab my ledger, I got to find the cable, got to plug it in, da 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 da. Like it's a little bit more time consuming in that sense, and then I have to go and I have to click through my little thing and approve the transaction, make sure the address looks good, and you send, right? But so I get people being like, but it's like time consuming. I'm like, yeah, but security and the time consumption is like, a few more minutes. I feel like that's worth just being safe. But then the thing for me
to check things twice, really, truly.
Yeah. But also, it's like I have multiple ledgers just because I needed the data space for the cryptos I hold on it, and I also have like my past, like all of my information. To access those, I actually have saved and locked in multiple locations, which is just like a good thing to do. Because I was like, what if this whole building burns down? I should have it somewhere else. What if that whole building burns down? I should probably have it somewhere else. So I have 3 different locations with my passkeys locked up, and written on shitty little postcards and crumpled up pieces of paper. But that's extreme security. Not everybody needs to do that, but it is good to make sure you have I don't know, your passkeys written in some safe places.
100%. Real quick, just before we segue, because did you have another thought on it, Alex? I was going to bring another question.
Someone was just asking about wallets being damaged or the computer where my software lives being damaged. So the nice part is that you have multiple layers of all of these different things. So this is my only Trezor wallet, and the keys to my Bitcoin live on this. I could take this into my driveway right now. I don't recommend doing it because it wasn't cheap. And smash it to smithereens with a sledgehammer, and not lose anything except the money that I spent on this particular device. I could then go to Trezor, buy a new one, get a fresh wallet. So if I lose it, if it falls out of my pocket during a crazy boating accident, or if I don't know, if anything happens to it, I drop it in my coffee, it gets destroyed, damaged, whatever. Just get a new one and walk through. This is why you need your recovery phrase. I had an example one sitting out here. I did
my recovery phrase right here. Alex, no!
I did a demo one, so I had something to hold up, but now it's fallen off my desk or something. Anyway, you can just take that recovery phrase, your 12 or 24 word phrase, or whatever, and get a new wallet and just restore the wallet. And you will not have, you need this as the intermediary, as the device to do the thing on, but your crypto that you're storing here is safe, even if the wallet itself gets destroyed. Same thing with this laptop. If this laptop gets stolen or destroyed, one, they can't do anything with the software without this specific device or my recovery phrase. And then I would just need to download the Trezor software suite on a different laptop, and I'm right back in business. It's that easy. And that's kind of why I like this one, because it fits in your wallet just like a card. And this way, I feel like this is the closest I've been to keeping my walking around crypto in a hardware wallet, because it's really easy and it's mobilely accessible, and that's all I need is NFC scan on my phone, and now I can get into the hardware wallet. So I'm using this one more for ETH that I want to keep for a longer amount of time, but I might need to use it for something. I might want to buy an altcoin with it, or stake it somewhere, or do whatever. And that's why I like this, because I don't have to be at home to do it. I could be out. I can travel with it. I don't have to bring my laptop with me. That kind of stuff. So, in answer to the question, if any piece of the puzzle gets lost or destroyed, as long as you still know your recovery phrase, you can always get it back. The crypto is not lost.
When you guys have had to use your recovery phrase, no matter I have used my recovery phrase because particularly with hot wallets, a lot of times I find that sometimes they just won't connect to a site every now and again. I'm like, fuck, I gotta uninstall and install. Yeah. I gotta put in my recovery phrase. I've never had any issues with my recovery phrase, thank God. But every single time, I'm curious if you guys do this, I am so fucking nervous. I'm just please. Yeah. It works every time, but I'm just until it works. And I'm just okay, cool. We've done this before, cool.
I feel that way when I'm sending a significant, amount of money or information.
Yeah.
Or when I was doing crypto the game, every time I had to transfer a token, it was not necessarily monetary, but I was always please work, please. I knew it was gonna work. But I was sitting there second guessing myself. I was just waiting. And especially for a network that's slow, when I'm using... Oh,
dude, whenever I have to move Bitcoin or anything, I'm just okay, cool. I hope this works in 50 minutes. I just go away, and I'm I hope those, I don't know, certain amount of money, which I would be really upset if suddenly disappeared. I hope that just shows up there, please. Yeah. Some people... Yeah, anyway.
Can I ask you guys 2 things? First is, Will, we had a request We want to see. Let us see your cards. Let us see your Pokemon cards.
You want to see
who you got on the shelf right there? And then we had a request for just a recap of what's going on with the ASI. So let me see them. Let me see them, boys.
Let me see it on board. First of all, not all my cards are here because I'm still waiting for them to get from PSA, and I just sent more yesterday. So,
Nice.
because I bought more because I have a problem.
I understand, man.
All right, so now we're gonna go here first, and then we'll go over here, and then I could go into that entire binder also, but we're not gonna do that for the sake of time. Now, I recognize myself as a grass Pokemon, so I've always had an affinity for my Bulbasaur, and these are the Bulbasaur. This is from the 151 collection. This is rare art, and this one's all in Japanese. And if it's graded at 10, that means it's perfect. And then I have, obviously, the Ivysaur, and I just think this art's fucking sick in Japanese. And then I have the Venusaur from the 151 collection. Also, these are all perfect 10s. All right? Now, I would say these cards, that's probably about $100. This is probably 120. This is probably 200. And then up here, I just have like some basic. I have some cards that are filling some spots because I have some out that are being graded. But this is so. Also, I am very rare in the Pokemon universe in that one of my favorite Pokemon is Pidgeotto, which is weird, I know, but there's a reason for it. All right, fuck you. The reason why is because in Pokemon Red and Blue, you always got to get Pidgey first, and Pidgey destroyed bug Pokemon. And when it evolved to Pidgeotto, I was like, hey, yo, I just imagined he was like an Italian New Yorker, like, hey, yo, it's me, fucking Pidgeotto, you got a fucking problem with me? So, like, I had fun with the role play of Pidgeotto being like an Italian New York tough guy. And also, his hair is awesome. And, you know, so Pidgeotto. So this, I don't know if it still is, but it was the only reverse foil holographic graded Pidgeotto card in the world when I bought it.
Wow.
It's the only one, or at least it was. That could have changed. But it's an 8.5. This is a 2002 reverse foil holographic Charmander card. It is the most expensive Charmander card in the world, but it is not a 10, it's a 7. The 10 goes for like, I think like 300 or 400. The 7 probably like 160, 140. You can look it up on eBay though, that could have changed. And then I just have the reverse foil Bulbasaur here. I had the reverse foil Squirtle here, and it was the same lineup as Pokemon Red and Blue when you get to choose your Pokemon. So it was Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. But this is the most expensive card I have in my collection. This is a 9 and almost near perfect Dark Blastoise 2002 reverse foil holographic, and that one's probably like $1,600 to $1,900 right now. And then this is my personal favorite. This is a perfect, and this is a promotional card. So this card was made as part of the Japanese mailing system, and that was actually a stamp. And it was a legitimate stamp you could use on like envelopes and packages and shit, but then they turned them into cards too. And it's a perfect 10 from Japan. Then I have Arcanine because he's a good boy. You know? Oh yeah, this is about 450, 400. This is probably 120 or 160 or something. And then I have this card because I just think the legendary birds and the stained glass looks cool. It's a perfect 10. This card's not really particularly valuable. Maybe it's like 70 or 60 bucks. But I just think it looks neat.
Yeah, that was such a cool card.
Yeah, and then down here, these are the first Pokemon cards that were ever created. As you can see, they were called the Monsters Collection, or they were called, what was it, Pocket Monsters?
Pocket Monsters, yeah.
Yeah, Pocket Monsters. And there's, the green ones are the less valuable ones, but what I have here is, this is my best friend, Justin. He's a Gengar. This is one of my best friends, Lauren. She's a Ninetales. And this is one of my best friends, Dimitri, who is a Slowbro. And then this is me. I am Exeggutor. You know, it's like the same question. It's the same question of like, oh, like what animal are you? What Pokemon are you? But then you have to have your friends tell you what you are. And they were like, you're Exeggutor. When they first told me that, I was like, fuck you, I'm not Exeggutor. But then I was like, no, I am. I am big yet goofy, and this good. And that's that. And then, yeah, blah, 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 Dragon Ball Z. And then we just have some cards here that I like. This card, also 2002 reverse foil holographic, near perfect, Hitmonlee. Sorry, we're taking so much time on this, everybody. But this card's probably about like 120 bucks.
This might be your most valuable holding.
It could be. And here's just a Pidgeotto card from Japan that my buddy liked. This is Detective Pikachu, who I just think is a cute little guy. Look at him. He's adorable. And then, I love my grass Pokemon, so Venusaur, but he extra thick. And so I just like it. Some more Japanese cards that I just think were coolio. And then I forgot this Mew card is coolio and pretty. And then also, I love One Piece. And here is Don Quixote do Flamingo. And then this is one of the most expensive Blastoise cards in the world, but it's not graded because like it's in bad condition. And so like it should be a multi-$1,000 card if it were perfect, but like so if I got this graded, it would probably be like a 4 or a 6. And even then it's about a $150 card. And they have like some promo cards. And then I just want everybody to know that I'm very good at beer pong, and I won my Friendsgiving beer pong championship last year. Just want everybody to know that. Let's see. He's cute. Let's see any other silly things. That's me and my brother smoking. Here's some cigars. Coconuts, because Monty Python, the Holy Grail is fantastic. BMO! And anything else silly? This is my home defense. It is a Warhammer.
Perfect.
Could you imagine if you broke into Will's house and he doesn't pull out a baseball bat, he whips out like a straight up
Warhammer, dagger, axe.
Yeah, that's.
And then also, I would be naked because I sleep in the nude, so it'd just be me with my dong out, just like.
Honestly, that's part of my home defense strategy too. I have a stick with a sock on it because I live in Memphis. But
and then crocodile skull. But yeah, anyway.
Just brilliant. Alex was like just teeming with joy. And honestly, I feel like you guys could get into a great battle, a back and forth battle, like your Pokemon collection versus Alex's Magic the Gathering collection. Although I gotta be honest, I think Alex might have a beat, man. If
love that.
We're tokenized. You guys would be. There would be just fantastic collections.
Well, the interesting thing about Magic is that grading almost doesn't matter at all.
No, it doesn't matter at all.
Where, like, if I had I have several extremely powerful and specific cards that are in, like, they're next to falling apart, but it doesn't matter. They're still ludicrously expensive.
Look at these little guys. Sorry, I'm listening. Oh, and then I got Pedro Martinez out of a Wheaties box. This is back when cereals didn't care about choking hazards for kids. And Pedro Martinez was my favorite player on the Red Sox. And this was in 2001, 2002, and I've had him ever since. He even he has like the aged yellow, but I like to imagine it's just like the food coloring from the Wheaties rubbed off on him.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, and I have one final thing. Sorry, you guys started a train that has no stopping. And my girlfriend got me this for our last anniversary. And
what does it say? Because I can't quite read it.
It says happy anniversary, and it's her and me with my one of my favorite Pokemon, Squirtle, and the Pokemon who I say that she is, which is Espeon. And then it has like infinite life. It has like a bunch of other cute things on there. Like the moves are I choose you and mi amor. It's like nice. I was like, she gave that to me, and I was just like crying, and she was like, I was just like, eh.
That's pretty cool.
I was going to ask Will's. So I only have like a few Pokemon cards because these are really old, and I've just had them since I was little. So I'm going to hurt your feelings, Will, because none of them, they're not even in penny sleeves right now.
That's fine. Fine.
I don't know. I have no clue what I have here. I assume it's nothing, just because they're also not in very good quality. But there's a little.
Yeah, cute little guy.
There's a Gyarados. It is.
Hell yeah! Ooh, shiny boy.
I saw this one on your.
Yeah, Hitmonlee.
Well, that one's in mediocre condition. This is my favorite one. It's because I always liked it.
I've always liked that card. Always a classic.
This one's in horrible condition. It's almost like bent in half. This one was the promo. I think I got this at the movie when it came out in like 1990.
No, so you got that, but you also so I made my mom take me to the movie 3
Me
times,
too.
and I got and I still have them the because it was the ancient Mew. It
Yeah.
was like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like it was a darker card, and it was like Egyptian hieroglyphic Mew, and it was sick. It was fucking sick. So like
Go
you
to
got
Burger
something
King
in your
around that
hand.
time and get the Pokeball with like the solid
Yeah.
gold ones.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the gold ones, dude. I was a child just losing my shit. Can we please go to Burger King? They have
Yeah.
a point. Kabutops.
Kabutops. And then I think this is I want to say this is Muck, but I don't remember for sure.
His name is Andy Barbro.
That is Muck. Correct.
Yeah, not in English. You
Sorry, Alex. Rugged by Japan. Yeah, that's mine.
winner.
Rugged by Japan.
I was
But yeah,
telling
no,
my nephew who's 9 about my card collection, which is at home in Michigan right now. I left it with my younger brother just to he plays actively. I was like, if you're going to use these cards, hang on to them, but also like maybe you can sell them or just start your own collection. And one of them is it's not a first edition, but it's an original base set Charizard holographic. It's probably a $300 card, and it's not rated, but it's been in sleeves its whole life. And my nephew was like, I found out he was into Pokemon, I was like, I have Pokemon cards. He's like, do you have a Charizard? I was like, yeah. I had my brother send me a picture of it. He was like, no way.
Nice.
My flex with the younger generation.
Oh yeah. I have so many more cards, but I forget where I put them all. Like good ones too. What did I do with them? Now I'm gonna be concerned about that all day. I'm like, where are they? Oh, literally directly in front of my face. If you guys want, I can keep showing you some Pokemon cards, or we can
I think
change.
the show has devolved.
The show is involved. It's Thursday. So that's what we do. Now, really quick, let me make a commercial, though, while you guys are prepping to share your stuff. The commercial is this. Going forward, Will, we haven't talked about it, but Alex and I were saying, what do you think about, we want to do some more subscriber-only streams in the Discord for everybody who hangs out with us there. What do you think about in the future, since our Thursdays tend to get a little unhinged, shifting over there early? I know you can't always join, but jumping in the Discord stage, let me know in the chat if that's what you're into. We would love to give some focused attention to all the people over there and do an exclusive stream where Angel was there. You can come up and ask us questions, talk to us, hang out, build community. Is Thursday a good day for that for you if we ended our Thursday streams a little early and took them to Discord? And if you're like, Discord, I'm not in the Discord yet, you can join for free. It's Discord. Oh, wait, we don't have a link. Never mind. The link is in my profile, Alex's profile, Will's profile, or at the riseupmorningshow.com. Come on over there. It's where the show lives 24/7. Please continue.
Big, beefy, thick boy.
Dude.
This is Mega Evolution of Blastoise. I didn't send this one to get graded because it's in bad condition.
Yeah.
This is a promo card of Mew. It is super cute. Will like it. It's nice. Let's see. Another Mega Evolution. Another Mega Evolution of Charizard.
You had a Dark Blastoise. Did you have any of the? My favorite dark card was the Dark Charizard that had, I think, Nail Flick and Big Inferno or something like that. It was like a 50 times coin flip card, and it had the coolest art.
I forget. So I'm actually not as when it comes to the Dark Big Three, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard. I like the Blastoise art way more. I'm not a huge fan of the art for Venusaur or for Charizard, which is why I don't have them. But I feel like I should complete the set at some point. But actually, it's interesting. In the Pokemon community, the art set for the Dark Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard are pretty famous. But it is the Blastoise one that is the most famous. That setup for Blastoise, which again, we'll show here. This is the most famous depiction of Blastoise in this set. And that is why and I wish I could show it because I sent it off for grading. That's why in Pokemon 151, the new release of the old Pokemon, that's why they copied that same art. It's the most famous depiction of it. But like the Dark Charizard still looks cool. But I'm not like I don't love it enough to have paid like $2,000 for it.
Where do you get your cards graded, Will?
PSA is what I send them into, but you can also the labeling is really nice from hold on, let me turn this around.
And what does it cost to get a card graded generally?
It can be expensive. I'm not sure. I forget what the rates are per card. It's much better if you can send like a bunch of cards in because like the cost per card goes down. So like it varies. So just go on their site and you can see. But like this is CGC and their labeling is really nice, whereas PSA's labeling is pretty basic. So like from a display standpoint, this is interesting. However, PSA is seen as just like it's like the industry standard.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot of collectors, like if you're looking to like sell a coin, who want PSA only. But if you're interested in buying them and displaying them, like CGC has a better display looking label, like a marketing standpoint. But that's just my thought.
Good to know.
Another Mega Charizard. He's a big boy.
The impression I'm getting right now, Will, is that these are just kind of like scattered all over your room.
Yeah, like he just shook out a shoebox.
Yeah. Yes, correct. Let me see any other cool. I mean, just a little promo card. Let me just see if there's anything particularly cool worth showing.
Rick has a good suggestion: is if you're doing a lot, have a PSA rep or equivalent come to your house for grading. What a great idea! We're going to be on with Rick later in a coaching call, and he was saying he's into Funko Pop. Oh yeah, dude.
Nice.
Now look at that. Wait a second. That one's golden. Mine are like rainbow colored. Is that like a extra different?
Well, this isn't the one that you got from the movie. This is them just putting it on like a little gold plate, not real gold, mind you.
That's cool.
It's just because like they're cool display pieces. Let me see. Anything else here interesting to show? Promo. Oh, this brings back memories.
Hey, Rick, welcome. I don't know if you're going to be able to access video because I don't know if you have. Oh, yes, you do. Are you gonna join the nerd conversation?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great. Oh, he's getting out of box. I can already hear
that sound. I love that sound. This is gonna be magical.
Unlocking a storage unit, a vault, you know.
But I feel like he's also rushing, so like things are just gonna like thrown to the side.
Come here, kiddo. All right. How do you hit video on here?
Tap your
Old
face.
man here.
Tap your display where it shows you, and it should pop up a little micro screen that gives you the option to open or close your video.
Otherwise, down at the very bottom next to comment, there's a camera button.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Sweet. All right. How do you switch this around?
There should be, they got too many buttons, but it should look like the little camera and a switcher, right?
Don't mind old man here. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, brother.
Damn.
All good.
All right, there we go.
In the meantime, I painted this guy. He's cool. Anyway, Rick, you said you're ready?
Yeah, I don't know if you
You
can
can't see your video yet, Rick. You might have to hit, there's usually a red button that says save. Sometimes it's just showing you a video preview.
Yes, there we go. All right, now.
I'm pretty sure you're over the. There it is.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So this is my Funko collection. So this is just a start. So I'll start coming when I come in the door.
Yeah, give us the full tour.
Yeah, give us the full experience. Oh, yeah.
This is the Christmas. I keep this year round. So it's books as well. I'm a big Tolkien fan. So a lot of Tolkien books. I love gnomes. So pretty much a lot of like original or collect.
Bumble.
Yeah. So if you like Loungefly collectibles.
If you're ever having an estate sale, let us know.
I don't know, Will. I don't know if you know about this one, but this is a collectible, big time collectible. I'm not gonna brag. This one's like $2,200 just for this lunchbox.
Sick.
And it just goes more and more. You just got little
The Funkos
individual
always
ones.
look nice when you have them like all together. They always looks nice. The Funko display looks great.
All these TVs, they're probably one. I think they only made like 1,500 or so of different ones. I don't know if you can see them all, but they're like 1,000 a piece. This whole room is probably about guesstimation about 180,000.
Yeah, no, it looks like it. It certainly looks like it, dude. It looks awesome.
If you like Batman, here's Batman.
Hell yeah.
God damn.
Just all different ones. Everywhere. Lord of the Rings. Here's all my Game of Thrones. If you like beers from all the breweries too.
Love
Sick.
it.
I don't know if you see them
Oh,
all,
yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
craziness.
It is
But
a thing of beauty.
All
How
the
often do you
books,
have
like
to
I said,
dust
just I
this
think
room.
Lord of the Rings. If you like Lord of the Rings,
Yeah. How do you clean this room?
dude, it's a pain in the ass. This is all like Lord of the Rings mini, so I completely covered it.
Oh, yes.
So here's
that's
the
my
thing.
favorite.
This one took me 5 years to get. It's one in like 100,000. And same with, where's the other one at? Where's she? Right there. She's the hardest. It took me forever to find this because of these minis. So this set right here is about 18,000 bucks.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking nuts.
Here you were talking
looks
just
gorgeous,
one
though.
on grading. Here's like grading. So this Funko, whoops,
No. Okay.
no, there's the grading on one that I have. This whole room's been done, graded already.
And you had someone come to your house because you're not sending piece by piece.
Oh hell no! So
Yeah, no, not with
there's
180,000.
there's the headless Ned. So that's like wicked famous if you guys don't know that. So this one alone is about $8,000. This one here is 15,000. So the next one up above this, which I'm not getting, is $100,000 to complete this collection.
That's wild.
So this is my horror section. If you like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
like Breaking Bad, this
Yeah.
is an original I had done at Comic-Con. I go every year. This is another James Bond one they did for me at Comic-Con. Another original. Just different things. But that's the craziness. Here's just one special thing I wanted to show you guys. Big
Just one
Scooby-Doo
special
fan
thing,
as
he
well. Love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this behind the door, if you're like me, I used to watch all these cartoons. This one right here, Quick Drama Draw, they made
Yeah.
them into different ones. But
Yeah.
what they did was they did them in black and also in, God, I wish I could find them real quick. There's a shitload of them here. Can't look at them all the time. They made them in black and orange. There we go, right there. There's a black one and there's an orange one. There he is right there. An orange one. Those and the ones I showed you earlier are the hardest ones. It took me years because nobody gets off of them at all, ever.
Oh, I bet.
But it's just been fun collecting all these. It goes on and on. I can't keep collecting.
It's such a happy room.
It is a happy room. My bird loves it.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to show you guys. It's just been fun. I like sharing. So, and I love your cards. Holy shit! If my sons are around, they'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, well, I'm excited to get him back from grading, but dude, that collection is fucking top tier, dude. That's just awesome.
Oh,
Rick,
thanks,
yeah,
man.
thank
I
you
appreciate it.
for
Let me get
taking
off
the
of
time
this.
to share it, man.
How do I get out of here? Oh, there you go.
You'll just tap your face and disconnect when you're ready. I do want to say thanks, and Rick, anytime, man, feel free to come on up, ask a question, share what you know. We love having you in the community, and now that we
thank
know
you.
how
Rick,
nerdy
you got me wanting to be irresponsible with my money so badly.
You know what's so weird that you
So
say
badly.
that? At Christmas time, I went nuts. It's because of crypto. So I wanted to really delve in and finish like 2 collections up there. And one was Game of Thrones and the other one was Lord of the Rings. And again, not bragging, it cost a fortune. And I was like, all these boxes came because they're all individual. I kid you not, there was probably a little 100. I would get 20, 40 a day. My wife was tripping balls. She was like, what the fuck are you doing? Excuse my language. I mean, shit and bricks. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. It's a great investment. It was during COVID because everybody was stuck, and fortunately she wasn't here for like a month and a shitload came and I was like, yes. So I did I was building, putting stuff up, doing everything. She came home and she was like, what the hell? She blew her top. I mean, we've been married forever, but you know what I mean? It's like, but it's a great freaking investment. Will, you know it. You probably increased 1,000% at least on some stuff.
On my stuff, no, it's been small gains for mine, because when I first started buying Pokemon cards in like a somewhat serious way, the market was already like during COVID time, Pokemon cards erupted in value, and I bought near the beginning of that eruption, and it's cooled down. So like I'm in profit on all my Pokemon cards, but like it hasn't been like a ton of gains, right? It's not like a meme coin or anything like that, but you know, I'm up for sure.
I do also get a kick out of Rick calling it an investment, as if this is a man who is planning on selling those.
Never selling.
So
I can't, man. My friends, like even people that are big into this, when I go out to Comic-Con, they're like, hey bro, are you getting rid of that? Or I'm like, nah, it took me too long to get it. Eventually I will, probably once I downsize and like we sell our house. And I've been asked that question a million times, even by my wife, what are you going to narrow it down to? And I'm like, who cares? Don't worry about it. I'll do what I want to do. You know, it depends, man. But there's so many people that want this collection because I've completed it. It took me years to piecemeal it together. Unfortunately, I had some really good people out there in the community. I have a lot of cool NFTs rather, that Funko's been making. They've been holding their value. I bought at the right time in the certain ones that they don't make a lot of, or you know, whatever. But it was a great investment. I've had some that I bought like at $200 and they've gone up to like $2,000 or more. I mean, it's sick of how much these increase, but they've maintained that value. They haven't dropped. So it's been fun too. And you're right, Alex. It's hard every time I go in there. My bird, that's his nighttime room, but he loves it in there. And I'm like, get away, you know?
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it for everything that you do. And I'll catch you this afternoon. And I don't want to keep, you know, from the rest of the show, but yeah, it's been fun. Hey, by the way,
awesome. Thanks for coming on here and sharing.
Oh, thank you. If you're ever in Atlanta, I'll see the other two and I'm sure I'll have them out here, but you were ever in the Atlanta area, my son has a big Pokemon, both of them do, but they're volumes down in the basement, just sitting there in the basement. I would like for you to look at them. It's like my Star Wars cards. I want to get rid of those too. If you like, from the 70s, they're complete collections as well. But I'm not looking to make a fortune off of them, dude. I'm not into that. You know, if I sell them for value, what it is, it's not increasing the profit by any means. I appreciate that people want to love it and to display it. When I saw you doing it, I'm like, oh my God, I love you. This is awesome. You know,
well, dude, we all heard you throwing shit to the side in wild abandon to be like, I can finally,
it was funny. I sit out on the deck out here because it's so nice, but I have my bird out there and he has a cage out there as well. But he loves to do his own thing. So I don't want him to like jump out of my hands and fly and say, oh, I'll be back in a few, you know, but it was his cage I was rolling in. So it sounds like a tank. So, but thank you guys again. I appreciate it. And man, just that display. I love your cards. That's amazing. Amazing.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. I love your display. And actually, so I don't spend money too frivolously, from like percentage wise of like what I do well. And I have a couple things I'm going to spend money on that I already know I'm buying at the end of this bull run. One is my Indian Scout motorcycle with a bunch of things.
Nice. Holy crap, that's awesome.
Oh, Rick, you ride too?
That's the kind I would get if I
why aren't we best friends? What's
I don't
happening?
know, dude. You got to come to the South. There's a place right in Greenville, South Carolina that rebuilds them. A buddy of mine used to drag race because his grandfather left him to. He rebuilt them there, and they used to race the circuit around North Carolina and South Carolina. But there's a great shop there right in Greenville, right in Taylor's, actually, the little town. Dude, you would fall in love. You don't want to leave there. It's all Indian and then Triumphs. And oh my God, it's just, and originals. Yeah. So, oh my God, dude, that's an investment right there. I mean, to itself. Did you find one already that you want to get?
I haven't found, because like, you know, I live in Boston, so I just go like, cool, I'm going to pay $400 a month for a parking spot. I'm just like, do I want to do that? It's a month. Boston's so fucking expensive. But the thing is, I'm moving in with my girlfriend. She has a car, so I'm already going to be paying for a parking spot there. And the building I'm moving into, they're like, yeah, you can squeeze a motorcycle in here too. And so I'm like, really?
Nice. We're
So-
too much alike, bro. I went to mass military school there in Buzzards Bay.
Oh, you're military too? Yeah, my
Yeah,
dad was Air Force.
Yeah, that was my high school back in the day, and now the whole the academy's like blown up since then. But you know, being down there in Cohoggen back in the day, it was amazing. So, God, you got to come to the South, though, definitely. Hey, you told them about?
Yeah, I love Atlanta. I almost moved to Atlanta. I almost bought a house there and moved, and then COVID happened.
It's incredible because of the market's great, everything. But I was telling Evan about the Web3 here that they're doing, these companies and who they're merging with and their partnerships. My future son-in-law, Pat, he works for a company here that the CEO used to be one of the Chainlink founders. And so he wants to do.
You mentioned that before. Yeah.
And then Pat turned me on to another company called Red Duck, and they're doing stuff with Aerodrome and HBAR. It's amazing. And there's like 5 companies here that are big time into that particular. And then there's like another, few ones, but really neat. I mean, for your expertise, all these other 2 as well. Alex, he's in Georgia as well. And just north of me is Evan. So, man, we're doing the live here, man. Do a live here.
Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know, the behind the scenes is, Rick has been saying for a while, we got to do more IRL, more real life meetups, and says, let's make Atlanta the first one. So stay tuned.
I was about to say, we could make the first one Atlanta. I love Atlanta. Every time I've been to Atlanta, I've had a great time. And
oh my God, I would love it. You can stay at my house. Oh, you can stay here.
Me and the bird are just going to be in that room, just like.
I love it. Oh, you would love Ollie. He's just sitting here on my hand trying to just look at what's going on, through the video, but he's crazy. He's a nut job.
Well,
I will say one more thing on this topic too is one of my best friends who's this guy. His name's Dimitri. He's a big Lego collector, and you measure how you measure what your percentile is as an investor is either by the block and by the individual, like the small, like Lego figure. For Lego figurines, he is 2 or 3% in the world for top investors. God. And then for by the block, he is 4% in the world. Yeah, and so have you guys seen like those like Lego rooms like on TikTok where it's like an entire place in just made a city? That's what he's building towards. And that's so I'm like, please do this. I'm like, I should give you better financial advice, but like, I want this so bad.
That's a really good investment too when you can get in at the right time.
Lego's values go up like crazy.
Yeah, my son-in-law, for the oldest daughter, he does that, and he built like, I don't know, what is it, the Battlestar one for Star Wars, or the
Star Destroyer?
Yeah, and I was, holy crap, you paid all that money for that? And he's like, hey, look at what you pay for Funkos. I'm like, I got you, brother. I got you. So touche. Exactly. Fair. And it's mind blowing that he'll sit there for days or weeks and build all that stuff. But man, when it's done, it's gorgeous. He built her Princess Castle or whatever. And I was like, holy crap, that thing's awesome. But you're talking like, 20,000 or whatever it takes Legos. I don't know, but that's incredible. And that's a really neat thing. They bring out some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one other final thought. Sorry, guys, and then we can talk. I just want to talk about this. I did say that my splurge buys will be my Indian Scout motorcycle, but the other thing.
We took you away from.
I'll get the crème de la crème of Pokemon cards, which is, and it's going to take me a little while to get this because the Charizards typically go up for sale, but the Venusaurs and the Blastoise are typically harder. Is I will be getting my 1999 English PSA 10 holographic Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. But the Charizard right now is going for somewhere between, if you go on like the eBay sales, it's somewhere between like 15 to 30 grand. And then the Blastoise is typically about like 12 grand, I think. And the Venusaur is typically only about like 1,000 or 2,000, which I find interesting. Venusaur doesn't get as much love. But yeah, they'll be centerpiece. And then once I have those, like, I think I'm good on my Pokemon card collection, honestly, but no, it's a lie.
You'll keep collecting, bro. Trust me. I know it. I mean, I still look at little things as well and would be like, oh shit, I'm going to keep doing that or whatever. But No, I can't wait until this bull run takes off that I can do more stuff for more people, especially animals. That's my big thing. That's my next big venture, is to do a big thing for animals. So hopefully this bull run can make that happen as well.
Let me know.
Also, man. Well, guys, I need to hop off and go to work. But if we have any crypto questions, maybe you can talk about here. Unless Evan and Alex, you had any other nerd things you want to talk about, in which case I
mean, dude, I didn't even start.
Yeah, Alex. Is just,
I know. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Alex. So Alex, hit it. Magic cards, whatever you got, hit us with it.
Let me just really quickly tag this. Just let me do a commercial real quick to say, this is the kind of experience you can have with us 24/7 all the time in the Discord community. We are nerds, true to life. We may be feds, but we are definitely nerds. And there is some truth to the rumor that Rick has brought up the proposition, and we are exploring having an IRL event in Atlanta, very early stages. Would love to invite people like Chainlink, like Red Duck, like any of the companies building there to come talk to you, share what people build in blockchain, and then have an IRL show where we can just hang out, do the show like this, but do it live. Have a good meal. Have some fun community building in real life. Talk about nerdy stuff. Talk about crypto. I might bring my guitar and have a sing along. There, who knows what we're gonna do? Rick's brought Ollie the bird, so stay tuned for that. Probably
I'll bring the Jack Daniels, the Guinness, and the cigars.
That's exactly right. So it's on in the works. In the works. Stay tuned. The way to find out about it is to jump into the Discord community at my profile, at his profile, or the riseupmorningshow.com. Also, thank you to Doom for the tip. Solana is ripping right now. Looks like somebody just
did VanEck submit the ETF application?
Yes.
Oh, they have an ETF application in?
Yeah, they just VanEck.
Dang! Look at the way that this moved the market. For anybody who just is a visual learner, I'm going to show you this real quick, and then I'm going to pass it over.
Let's talk about this and just blue ball Alex with his nerd collection.
I would absolutely never. Just look at that.
You know, the other thing that I do though have Will is a pretty nice Solana collection. So that's a good moment.
And what's the motorcycle you're building, Alex? That your guy said, take this off my hands and fix it up.
I was gonna say I'll culminate the nerd tour with my bike.
Yeah, because I want to be in the motorcycle club, man.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. My card collection
blow you up.
is much less spread out than Will's, but let's here's the quick abridged version. So this is like the bulk stuff, and excuse the table because it's a disaster, but like these are all filed, but all of these boxes are completely full, and those are all filed by color, artifacts of course, and then rares and mythics of colorless and multicolored, and then commons, uncommons. So that's not a ton of money in there, but there's probably 100,000 or 150,000 cards. And then the walking around stuff is all in cases like this, because this is where all like the decks that I play with on a regular basis. I also like dice.
I love that sound.
I have a lot of.
I was gonna say the sound alone.
Sound of dice. Just...
I like dice. There's actually the dice have a little bit of value in it too, and there's one that's my favorite, which is hiding in here somewhere. There it is. This little guy. That's like a $75 or $80 dice. Whoa. It's a spin down life counter from Dragon's Maze, and they do not make any more spin down life counters with 3 colors anymore. So the numbers, if you look at all of these new ones, the numbers are always white, and I just don't care for it as much as the color numbers.
If you want some dope dice too, I recommend going to like a Renaissance fair, and because like it's a big like Renaissance fair and Dungeons and Dragons crossover, and you can get like some super sweet like custom dice that are like heavy. It feels so good to roll. But sorry, keep going.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a big dice fan. That little like glass thing over there has some pretty interesting dice in it. These are all like playable commander decks that I use on a regular basis because we play Magic regularly.
The organization is fantastic.
These aren't even. This isn't even good right now because I just got back from a trip where I had to take a bunch. But so all of these, although I try to stick to a theme whenever I build a deck. So like for example, this is a mutate deck, and all of the cards are the alternate comic book style art for the mutate creatures that they did in
Sick.
And then yeah, those are all. I mean, these are all very utilitarian. There's a ton of. I mean, there's some money in these boxes for sure, but like I use these all the time. And then the stuff that doesn't get used is in the books. So like these are also separated by so planeswalkers in the first quadrant. And then this is kind of just like a random catch-all for stuff that doesn't have a home yet. But like this, for example, is my favorite single card. And
Crusader.
They just randomly exploded in value a few years ago, and I have like 17 or 18 copies of it.
Love that.
But they just like went to. I bought it because I was obsessed with the artwork, and Phyrexia is my favorite tribe. But this card went to like I don't know $28 or something like that, and I was just like, oh, I have a giant stack of those because I got them for a quarter a piece, so that was pretty good. Land, for those of you who play Magic, land is always the most expensive. That's a custom token drawn by a famous Magic the Gathering streamer that he sent me, which was cool. Alternate. I have a lot of alternate art styles. These are all the alternate.
I love that one. Sorry, the that one. Yeah, just like the colors, the purple and the blue. That fucking looks gorgeous.
That's a foil one too, but. These are all like just the basic lands.
Those are basic land cards? Oh my god, they're beautiful.
These are basic lands, and these are actually all created by John Avon, who is a painter, and actually have I bought my mom a full size like John Avon portrait or a painting in one of his land styles. These are my most expensive basic lands. They're these are all double sleeved in the book. It's called an oil slick foil. That's a new one from a very recent set. A bunch more. Those are all stacked. Some more alternate art cards in the art series. And then these are all just kind of like, I don't even remember what these are. Slivers. Oh, more infect. Infect is my favorite mechanic. If you know, you know. And then the real pride and joy though is this bad boy.
Is he gonna pull it? Is it the Black Lotus? Is it the Black Lotus?
No, there's no Black Lotus, unfortunately.
Ah.
These are all commanders, so these are all legendary creatures sorted by color. Another one signed by a streamer. Another one signed by him.
Who's the streamer?
What the hell is his first name?
Oh, this guy, Dr. Disrespect. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Valuing down.
But the cool part, hold on, I gotta set you down. Look at my old Celsius can there. All right, where am I at? Here we go. These are so there's this thing that Magic does called secret layers, which are super short sprint run prints of specific things with specific art styles. So like these are the artifact lands, but they're foil and done in this new kind of unique art style. So I'm super obsessed with those.
They look so much like Warhammer 40k. They look so much like the 4 Chaos Gods in Warhammer 40k. It's sick.
Wait, if you're into Warhammer, you'll like the next couple of pages. Then these are other secret layers. So here's the Lord of the Rings secret layer with those two. I think those are my only Lord of the Rings lands: Helm's Deep and Minas Morgul. All right, let's get if you like the Warhammer stuff. Here we go. All of these pages. So, there's some alternate art.
Oh, cool!
Wow. All foil secret layers. You can see the foiling on these is also really specific because they do a different foiling style every time you do a secret layer. So all of those are infect cards for Phyrexia. These are written in Phyrexians. Like these are the Praetors. There's one Praetor for every color. Love these because they look like cereal box art. These are
fun.
all dinosaurs, and then Eldrazi. There's some Transformer stuff. There's the Allspark, Megatron, Optimus Prime. This card
Oh, those are awesome.
is a very specific promo card from a draft event that I went to. And then there's Richard Garfield's promo card from the 30th anniversary MagicCon conference. This is my favorite secret layer. It's called Party Hard, Shred Harder. So it's just like super metal. And these are just tokens, but the company that I buy cards from, Card Kingdom, they send you a token every time, and I always write them a letter asking for more demon tokens because I like demons. But Will, for you then, this.
I know I did a crossover with Warhammer 40k, and I so want to see.
So these are Surge Foil.
Oh, yeah,
so this
Necrons. Hell yeah.
This is the Necron. So this actually is the entire collector's edition Necron Surge foiled commander deck.
Alex, I can only get so hard.
I'm very sorry. But every single one of these, so custom specific foiling just for this deck. And then I actually won this deck at the conference, and now it's worth quite a bit of money. But
Yeah, it
never
is.
play with it. I have this deck as well that I do play with, but that not the collector's edition, obviously. But yeah, every single one of these, they're all the Necrons, and they have one for I don't know, a bunch of different Warhammer.
And then
Rise
they chose a Space Marine faction too. I can't remember which one though. Was it Black Templar or?
There's Astartes, there's the Necrons, there's two others, but the names are escaping me.
A particular chapter for the Astartes, but it wasn't one of my favorite ones, so I didn't buy it.
And then, these are all old border. So, like, this is the same style of art that they did. So this set was Time Spiral remastered. So from a really old set from the 90s. And I think that's... Oh, no, there's more. There's always more.
Joey Page, you and me both, dude, but work can wait. This is more important.
All right. And then the creme de la creme for me, I guess, because of Will. I'll show you the bike.
And also, you didn't show this, but Alex has some pretty cool books of his own. I know you've got some Tolkien stuff, and I was digging when I was hanging out with you. Some of the older, what was it? That volume you had that you were letting me leaf through.
I don't remember.
I don't
You're
recall
gonna have to
it,
help me out.
but you know.
All right, pardon the mess, because this is just we're just in my garage now. So there's the
Nice.
it's a 1976 Honda CB350 that I am fixing. So most recently, obviously that's not stock, but most recently it's got 4 carburetors, so I had to rebuild all 4 carbs, and that was the big deal. But my old chief actually built this thing, like basically from just nuts and bolts. So it does run, but not well because the carbs are out of sync. But
How long have you been working on her?
not very long. The guy who gave it to me built it like 3.5 years ago, and then I was at his house. I don't remember why. And I just saw it out there. I was like, "Oh, you still have that thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty much done, but I haven't." He builds vintage trucks. And anyway, long story short, he didn't want the bike anymore. He's like, "Yeah, I thought I was going to get into them, and then I did it, and now I don't want it anymore." And I was like, "Well, I'll take it off your hands." And he's like, "If you pick it up, you can have it." So now it's in my garage.
Sweet.
Dude,
So-
that's sick, dude.
That's the book collection is small, but yeah, there's some Tolkien stuff, full encyclopedia.
Yeah. You have Brian Jacques as well from the Redwall series.
Yeah, dude.
He is my favorite. Actually, these two are signed by him. I got them signed by him in person before he died, at an event in Ann Arbor that I was walking past the store on, and my mom and I were going to the grocery store, and we saw him in there, and I was like, Mom, we have to go right now. And we flew home, got the books, came back, made it just in time. I got these signed, and then I have a bunch more. Those
Dude,
are all
was it the Dawn Treader by any chance?
No, it's all Redwall.
No. The bookstore in Ann Arbor that you saw him in.
It was next to the World Market, Evan. I don't know. It's a super tiny little thing in that strip mall with the World Market.
Yeah. It's not the Dawn Treader.
But this is my favorite set of books. Actually, these are all original from my grandfather. I think I showed you these, Evan. These are.
Yeah, this might be what I'm talking about. It's like a carpentry, handy book.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no,
I was talking about the carpenter. I was talking about the book I had on carpentry, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is legit."
Yeah, these are from a very long time ago. These are my grandfather's builders and construction manuals from building houses in the 20s.
That'll be very important in case the zombie apocalypse happens and we lose the internet.
Dude, the level of detail in the tutorials in those things is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You could probably build
incredible.
about anything with a set of books like that. Absolutely, and a speed square.
It is truly wild.
I have two book flexes. One is a genuine flex, and the other one is just a special place in my heart. And the one that's a special place in my heart, I can't show because it's in a library in another place. But I have every single Magic Treehouse book from when it was made up until about 2002, and it's like 84 books, and I have them just like all across, and like I have like nothing else. I'm like, this is the perfect display. I used to love them as kids, but my one real book flex is, so I have it displayed here. It's the 700 Chinese Proverbs. It's an original edition, and it's signed by the author. Now, the reason why this is valuable is because in the States, it was a banned book from the 50s all the way through the Cold War, because the Chinese proverbs are like very like collectivist instead of individualist, and ties a lot into like communist China. And it was banned because of the Cold War. So a banned first edition signed, and like that book is far more expensive than the swords that it is next to.
Wow.
But that's it. But dude, I love your book collection, man. That's sick. Sometimes I forget that I also have books, but
Christina's, my wife's, is much more impressive. She has a whole bunch of shelves in the. She's a prolific reader. I want to say that so far this calendar year, because she keeps track of them and writes reviews and all that. And I want to say she's somewhere like 120 read this year so far.
whoo,
Yeah, she's
Wow.
that's nuts.
the
Well, guys,
final card.
I gotta go.
I know you do. Listen, go work your
Colin
job.
Sexton.
Save that money. What are we saving money for and investing, if not to, have cool nerd experiences with our friends, right?
This is why we're in crypto, guys.
I actually want Will out of here because he's about to see the cards that I have, and I challenged him a couple days ago.
You did. I want to see them, but
It's time.
I gotta go.
I have one
Put us on
Pokemon
your
card. I'll
desk
show
and-
real quick. That's it. Just one Pokemon card. No.
Oh, that's a rare one too. That's a valuable card.
Yeah.
10-2 a perfect. Damn, that's a good one. If anybody doesn't know, shit, that's like a $400 card right now?
So ungraded. This is 900.
Oh shit, a 10? Shit, so we're looking at about like a $2,000 card.
I don't care. I've like collected cards my whole life, and of course, like the prices are juicy, but I don't care.
Ah, it's nice, dude. Well, I love that. And I appreciate you showing me and teasing me about the rest
That's
of your
the
card.
only thing you're getting. That's it.
All right.
This is a surprise. I'm gonna bombard.
It's a little appetizer. Nom, 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 nom. All right, dude. We'll do a live next time and talk cards.
Dude, no rush, man.
All right. See you guys.
right.
I'm gonna go be boring and work a job.
Have fun. Okay, John, the floor is yours, man.
Okay.
You've been nerding out with us and hanging out. Now show us what you got, dude.
So for you guys that don't know me, before I started any crypto content, I've always been a sports card fanatic. I go to conventions And like during COVID, when everyone was home, we had that huge bubble. I think Alex was talking about a couple of his Magic cards that he bought for a couple dollars and are probably like 20 something dollars. Dude, there was a huge bubble. I was able to capitalize pretty well. However, I have some stuff I've had my entire life that I would love to show you guys.
Yeah, dude.
So let's see. This is just like a little Kobe Bryant insert from the 2000s. I know everything's probably backwards, but
No, that's all right, man.
yeah, I love Kobe. I've always been a big fan of Kobe. It breaks my heart, but I really like Kobe. Yeah. So it's like a refractor insert from the 2000s. This is one of my favorites, and let's see. This is a Michael Jordan refractor, 9.5 from the 90s. I mean, if you guys like you want the value, I probably could.
I have no context for the value of sports cards,
Yeah.
so you can help me.
Yeah. So
I always like to hear what people bought them for and what they're worth now, or if people collect them.
Okay. So all right, how about this? This is a Michael Jordan insert from the 90s, 96. However, it was printed with some issues on the back, some specs, right? So to find this card in a grade of a 9 or higher is, I bought the last one. I don't even know, but there's only 9 in this. I had this since the early 2000s. I paid probably $500 for it, and I would say it's worth between 10 and 15,000.
Wow.
It glows in the dark too.
You said there's only 9 of them?
In that grade, a lot of like the sports cards, it has to go by grade. It's how they're valued. But
Okay.
yeah, there's only a couple 10s and a couple 9s because of the issues that were on the back. But yeah. Then here's a good one. I bought this for $100. It's a LeBron like Kaboom insert.
That's cool.
I bought this for $100. I think the last one sold for roughly $2,200.
Whoa.
Let's see, what else do I got? Is there any baseball card collectors in the house?
My grandpa had a great collection, obviously, from forever ago, but he was super into them.
Yeah. I've always been like a super sports card collector. Yeah, any sport, anything, but it's just a great hobby. To learn, trading and buying and selling. It's great. But any baseball card guys in the house, I love this guy, Ohtani. Awesome, so awesome. Even with the controversy around him,
Oh, he's controversial? I see him on the baseball guy.
Kind of got caught up in like a little thing, but it's all good.
Oh.
But Ohtani rookie card, PSA 10. Yeah, let's see. What else you guys do? Oh, this is actually a great story. I've had this card since I'm like 8. And I recently sent it out to get graded. I've had it for over 25 years. It was collecting dust, and I couldn't believe that I sent it out, and it got graded a 9. It's like another Michael Jordan refractor from the 90s.
Dude,
Yep.
I love Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan's my favorite.
Yeah, I got Scottie Pippen.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've always been a fan of like Kevin Durant. A big Kevin Durant guy. I've always loved Klay Thompson. As little Klay Thompson rookie cards. I have so many. I don't want to bore you guys. Just like I just have always loved sports cards. I'm actually going
Did
to
you
the
rip that
next-
open? Are you
it's just like bags, you know.
Oh, whoa. Okay. I was like,
And I'll flip my screen around. I do have like a protective box. Let's see if I could. Like I said, I suck at TikTok. Let's see what's going on here. I do have like a protective box. I just kind of keep everything in, and it's like fireproof and everything. Just just where I like keep
you
my.
have to tap the little red button.
Oh
after
my
you
God,
flip
I'm
it.
so
There you go.
sorry. Yeah, all right, there we go. So I have this
Yeah.
box. I just keep
If
everything.
your house
in.
burns down, the cards will be safe.
I got the cards. I got the keys. I think I have a gold coin in here too. I got a gold coin that I use buying crypto. If anyone is interested, I could tell you how I did it.
I'm sorry, you say you used that coin to buy crypto, or you got it?
So I'm trying to flip my camera around. Hold on. So when I first started in 2021, I didn't even know what Coinbase was, right? So I used PayPal for a lot of my sports cards, stuff, and I guess PayPal came out with a system where you could buy crypto, right? So I didn't know about Coinbase, so I started to buy Litecoin on PayPal, and that's how I started. And then I don't know. I guess something happened and I forgot the Litecoin was in like my PayPal account. And they had this advertisement about gold coins on like gold bullion. You could use crypto, and I just did it.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's it.
Do you have let me ask you this, John, because I'm just seeing the time, and I think I've got to take my dog and pony show on the road too. Alex and I have a couple coachings to get to and some Discord stuff, but I want to ask you, do you have a collectible that has a story that's sentimental to you that you could tell us that's your favorite, that underscores like why you do it? Because most crypto people are collectors at heart. So we love this story.
I don't have it in front of me, but when I was younger, I wanted an autograph, right? They're really easy to get now. So my father took me to the store, and I wanted this card that was $300. And back then, a card for $300, that was insane, right? So they had these packs for $15, which back then a pack for $15 was insane, But you were guaranteed an autograph in every pack. And my dad he bought me the pack for $15. And I still have the card today. I have to find it. It's a Todd, I think he's a Canadian. It's a Todd Helton signed rookie card. And I always keep it with me. I think it's worth $10 maybe, but it's like my most important. I have a $15,000 card right here, and I wouldn't trade that one for the $15,000 one.
Is your dad still with us?
Yes.
You have a lot of, it sounds like, memories associated with that. I appreciate you for sharing, because it's a good way to remind you of the things. A card won't be forever, but when your dad's gone, I can't imagine how much more precious that'll be.
Yeah. Like you talk about family a lot, and I'm in that same boat. I just love my family, and I just like the time we have together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, listen, I got to tell you, I so appreciate you for coming up and sharing it with us. And I would love to do this, since it's our last show of the week, letting everyone know that we'll be back here Monday, same time, same place, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. I want your final thoughts. I want your good jokes. I want your questions, your suggestions in the chat. We'll go around and give you a final thought to send you off with a well wish into the weekend. And if you want to keep the fun going, the place to do it is the Discord community. John's there now. Alex is there. I'm there. It's a little dusty today because we got to set some things in stone. But after today, I think it's going to be one of the best educational community experiences in all of crypto, if I do say so myself. It's the best way to learn anything, to jump into a community of others who will accelerate your journey. We want to help you do that in a place where no one's going to try and sell you anything except maybe a cool mug or a membership to get a little more access kind of thing. You don't have to pay a darn dollar to come in, talk about your collectibles, ask us a question, post a link to a sketchy service, or share your research. It's at my profile, at his profile, and at the riseupmorningshow.com. And the Rise Up Morning Show newsletter. It's going out sometime this weekend. It's not going to be anything but the best, briefest links from our show. You don't have time to tune in every day. I get it. So join the newsletter. If we talk about something like blinks, blockchain links on Solana, it will be in the newsletter. If Will has a great video or shows us Bro Sidon on his wall, we'll put it in the newsletter and so on and so forth. So check it out. It's all there, theriseupmorningshow.com. Gentlemen, as we ride our ponies off into the sunset, I'd love to know what you're thinking about, what you'd close us with. John, since you're our guest today, I would love to give it to you first, man.
No, I would, just thank you for having me. I appreciate the support from you, Alex, and Will.
Hell yeah, man. You're doing great. You know, for a guy who just hosted his first live on TikTok a little bit ago, I think you're making it. From one Fed to another, you're doing great.
So I did stitch the video, I tried to stitch something funny.
Yeah.
I did stitch it though. No, I just wish I read some of the comments and I don't want to stick up for them, but it's a joke, guys.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
I love a good joke.
Yeah.
I will check out your stitch, and I should definitely stitch it later today.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are a lot of good jokes to make about that.
Absolutely. But
Cool.
yeah. No, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for being here, bringing your spirit, sharing your stuff with us, and it's the best. It's the best part of what we do. Alex, do you have a final thought? Good joke, word of wisdom, something for our friends as we ride off today?
Just that, yes, indeed, VanEck filed an application for a spot Solana ETF. Cardano got DDoSed earlier, which looks like it was a very mild.
Wow.
I'm trying to read a little bit more about it because it seems kind of interesting. It seems like it really didn't take much effort to DDoS them. And it was also stopped by a community member recognizing the exploit and then draining the collateral away from the attacker and shutting him down, which was kind of a neat way to cut it off. But I guess slightly concerning that it took only 200 transactions spammed to DDoS the network. That's a little concerning. So I'm curious to see what comes up after that.
Cardano will definitely be trending on Crypto Panic later, then, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it always is. And then
I love Crypto Panic so much.
And then Coinbase is officially suing the SEC.
Excellent.
They're fighting back.
Yep. So that'll be good. I think Evan, I'm sure you've seen, but the Stand with Crypto movement, which is championed by Coinbase, has well over at this point 1 million signatories, which is kind of interesting. You can join the Discord, which is just Stand with Crypto. I'm sure it's off there, standwithcrypto.org, if you want updates on what it is and what they're doing and all that kind of good stuff. That's a good spot to follow. There are, let's see, yeah, they've got current events in their general chat to follow along with, but interesting.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's a tie back to something of the show's original subject matter, since we nerded so hard for so long. So I appreciate everyone for hanging out for literally, what was that, an hour and a half of just collection flexing.
We're nerds, man. What can we say? What can we say?
Anyway, I'm well met. Good week.
Thank you, my
See
friend.
you guys same time, same place next week.
Same time, same place on Monday. We're going to be here. If something happens, we will tell you about it. If you've got questions in the meantime, jump in the community. It's at the riseupmorningshow.com. We didn't get to talk about the ASI merger, but I'll put it in the newsletter. We'll put links. We'll put it all there. And then we'll see you on Monday. So, my friends, until next time, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, honestly.
Rise up.
Whoa.